News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
An alleged drunk driver runs into several cars, a pedestrian, and firefighters extinguish a blaze in a homeless encampment.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
A memorial service for a family member takes a turn for the worst. It's Monday, May 18th. I'm Janet Errett. Deanna O'Donnell is off tonight. A fire that engulfed a vehicle being utilized as a fixed structure caught fire Friday night in the desert.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to the homeless camp behind Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza off Charleston Park for a homeless structure. The Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies say it appears that what was on fire was a truck and some sort of camper. Witnesses on scene said that they saw an individual in the area and the camper had the door open at the time that it caught fire. By the time that emergency service arrived on scene, the vehicle was fully engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported. If you have any information as to the suspect in this case, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
A Pahrump man is facing several charges in connection with a reported robbery at Walmart, and his arrest, not far from the store, triggered a complaint from a concerned citizen.
On May 11th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a complaint of possible excessive use of force along Highway 160 in Pahrump. The Sheriff's Office says it stems from the result of a robbery investigation that started May 10th. Walmart Loss Prevention reported that 25-year-old Alexander Batista was inside the store trying to steal merchandise. The Sheriff's Office says when Loss Prevention staff tried to stop him, Batista reportedly elbowed the staff member in the chest before leaving the store. Deputies reviewed video of the incident but were unable to locate Batista. The following day, a motor deputy located Batista walking along Highway 160 across the street from Albertsons. The Sheriff's Office released body camera video from that stop that resulted in his arrest.
Recording. Where are you headed to? Huh?
Twirler.
Where?
Twirler.
Twirler.
Yeah.
What's that? Huh?
What's what?
Where are you going?
Twirler.
What's twirler?
You not know what it is that?
Huh?
How can you not know what it is that?
I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Alright.
Huh? Nope, stay here. Whoa! Alexander! Stop! Stop! Stop walking! Stop walking! Stop walking! Stop! 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 You're going to go to jail if you don't stop! Stop!
Get down, now!
Get on the ground!
I said get down!
I got taser.
Get on the ground, dude. Move over.
Roll over!
Belly. Get on your belly.
Put your hand behind your back. I got a holster. In custody, code 4. You're under arrest.
Batista was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center on charges of robbery, resisting, and battery on a protected person.
A Pahrump man shot by a family member in what police describe as an act of self-defense is now facing a list of charges himself, including 2 counts of attempted murder.
44-year-old Kevin Heyer of Pahrump is facing several charges in connection with a domestic disturbance May 7th at a home on Quail Run Road. Heyer was shot during the altercation. Detectives with the Nye County Sheriff's Office say he was shot in self-defense. One of the victims told deputies it all started when Heyer entered her room while she was in the bathtub. She says Heyer put his hands around her neck, pushed her head under the water, and attempted to strangle her. 2 additional family members came to her aid and reportedly got Heyer to release her. The victims say Heyer then left the home and retrieved an axe from a tool shed. Detectives say one of the victims got a shotgun and pointed it at Heyer as he threw the axe at them. He missed but retrieved the axe and, according to the victim, began running at them with axe in hand. That's when the victim shot Heyer twice. The sheriff's office says when deputies first arrived on scene, Heyer had a 5-foot pole in his hand. Deputies say he refused to drop the pole and threw it at them before he was finally detained. Heyer was then flown to UMC Trauma for treatment of his gunshot wounds. Detectives also say they discovered Heyer had stolen a pickup truck from his neighbor. That truck was found at the scene. Today, Heyer is facing several charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder, domestic battery by strangulation, abuse of an older person, assault on a protected person by prisoner, and conspiracy to commit grand larceny of an automobile.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
Automakers have enacted new health and safety guidelines as they restart assembly lines. The New York Stock Exchange is ready to reopen, and retail sales fell more than 16% in April. Angela Miles has more.
Topping our news, the big 3 automakers in Detroit are gearing up today. GM, Ford, and Chrysler Fiat all have new health and safety protocols in place. Testing of those procedures has already happened at plants overseas. GM reports it's working, and there's been no transmission of coronavirus at its overseas factories. Automotive production and jobs in the U.S. account for close to 4% of the economy. The New York Stock Exchange will allow a small number of floor brokers to return to trading next Tuesday. Stacy Cunningham, president of NYSE, says vital new safety procedures are in place, including people wearing masks. Much of the exchange trading will continue remotely. The economy took a big hit in April as retail sales plunged 16.4%, a larger dive than the 12.3% predicted by economists. Industrial production tanked 11.2%. That is the biggest drop in factory activity since the index started 101 years ago.
A family is fragmented after a weekend event that went out of control. News 25 has learned that the person who police are looking for that crashed into several cars and an attendee might be hiding out in Las Vegas, where he lives.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office is attempting to locate a driver of a 2016 gray Ford F-150 with major damage. Family members told News 25 that the driver is Daniel Torres of Las Vegas, who is a Hispanic male approximately 5'9" in his late 30s with green eyes. Torres has been identified as the person that plowed into at least 3 vehicles, several fences, a number of large trees, and a pedestrian at a home on Sagehen Street Saturday afternoon. The victim struck by the truck was checked out by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics on scene and declined to be transported. Reportedly, the patient was on top of the truck and knocked to the ground. Witnesses say that they were at a celebration of life for a family member when Torres insisted his wife and children leave the event with him. Attendees advised the allegedly intoxicated person to not drive at that time, nor to take the children in the car. The altercation allegedly resulted in Torres leaving on his own in a rage, causing him to strike several vehicles and fences, traveling through a neighbor's yard, through a grove of trees, and back out through the other side of their fence. If you have any information, you can call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
Nye County had 2 new positive COVID-19 test results confirmed Friday, with 1 in Pahrump and 1 in Armagosa Valley. The county total is now 55 who tested positive. Drive-up COVID-19 testing on Friday morning in Pahrump is 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. One more drive-up date announced in Pahrump is on May 30th. We'll be back with more right after this break. Please stay with us.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us are experiencing a gamut of emotions. According to Cleveland Clinic psychologist Scott BEA, during the times of crisis, it's not uncommon for people to engage in panic shopping.
When we're anxious, we're a little bit more prone to be suggestible. I think culturally we're pretty anxious right now, and so when there's a suggestion that a particular product is running low, that activates tension in a lot of people, and it spreads like a contagion itself. And so people will show this behavior of getting to stores and stocking up on items that they fear will be in short supply. It's just a part of our human psyche.
Dr. B says when a community is faced with a crisis, people react in different ways. He says some people become particularly panic-stricken, while others are more laid back about things. During these times, Dr. B says it's important to be on the lookout for signs of depression, even if you've never experienced symptoms before. A diminished appetite, trouble sleeping, irritability, and feelings of helplessness or hopelessness, especially thoughts of self-harm, are all warning signs of depression. Anyone experiencing these feelings should reach out to a mental health professional right away. If you know someone who struggles with mental health, Dr. B says now is the time to reach out to them.
I think it's great to check out everybody that you care about, even somewhat loosely, and to do it routinely. Let's talk with each other on a daily basis. That can be part of our routine, and that's one other way that we can feel that we're helping and showing some governance at a time of tremendous uncertainty.
Dr. B says if you contact a mental health professional, they can let you know how you can safely obtain care without risking your physical health.
Thank you, Dr. B. As the state of Nevada begins to reopen business and industry, the need for face masks is greater than ever, and a nonprofit organization started right here in Nye County continues to fill that need.
Julie Perry started One Mask at a Time in late March. Her goal, to help stop the spread of coronavirus by providing face masks to anyone in need for free. To date, she and the dozens of seamstresses working with One Mask at a Time have delivered more than 6,000 handmade masks, and they're preparing to deliver 1,000 more. Perry says One Mask at a Time has been ramping up inventory to cover expected large orders coming from local businesses as the state moves from Phase 1 to Phase 2 of the reopening process. One Mask at a Time has supplied hundreds of face masks to local first responders, senior centers, and a number of large local businesses. Perry says 38 local seamstresses are sewing for One Mask at a Time, and every one of them is volunteering their time and talents. Some local businesses are generously giving gift cards to the seamstresses as a way to say thank you. Perry says One Mask at a Time is asking for donations to help fill the need and continue the cause. Donations can be made at their website, onemaskatatime.org. As of today, about 40% of orders do donate. Those donations cover fabric, threads, and elastics for the seamstresses. For more information or to place an order for masks, you can visit One Mask at a Time online. Again, you'll find them at onemaskatatime.org.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Now let's take a look at our weather cam outside. It's a little bit windy out there today with some clouds, and we'll be right back with more weather after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas and Death Valley, both with a low of 64 degrees, 89 for the high in Las Vegas, 90 degrees for the high in Death Valley, 81 a low of 54 in Amargosa, Beatty 76 a low of 50, 71 39 in Goldfield, Tonopah 68 a low of 36, 59 39 in Carson City, 61 a low of 42 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 62 degrees, their low is 41. Now today in Pahrump, we saw partly cloudy skies. Our high today was 81 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest up to 23 miles per hour. Humidity at 24%, and our sunrise at 5:34 this morning. Now for tonight, we're expecting mostly clear skies. Our low is going to be 54 degrees. It is 79 outside currently with 18 mile per hour winds out of the south-southeast, 41% for our humidity, and 7:46 tonight for our sunset. Now looking ahead to that 7-day, we're expecting mainly sunny skies throughout the week, although we will have some clouds rolling in here and there. We still are going to be dealing with those high winds up to 13 miles per hour on Tuesday and 18 and 11 miles per hour on Friday and Saturday. Now it looks like our temperatures also are starting to get a little bit hotter. On Tuesday, we're going to be seeing a high of 68 degrees, climbing up into those 80s by Thursday, and then back up into those 90s by Sunday. Now our overnights are also starting to climb. On Tuesday, we're going to be seeing a low of 50 degrees. We're going to work our way up into those 60s again by next Saturday. And so now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Janet.
Thank you, Michael. Hey, I want you to know, all you rock stars that are supporting One Mask at a Time, whether, you know, in whatever way that you're supporting them, you're #1 in all of our books. I want to thank you, and we'll see you right back here with News 25 tomorrow. I'm Janet Errett.